problem, because the majority of our community, when they find something that they disagree with from the pulpit, what do? They don't go to the alim directly. What do? They go out and they speak amongst themselves. True or not true? The majority of our communities, what happens in the majority of communities is that we hear something that we disagree with. Alhamdulillah, brilliant. It's good that you want to come with knowledge. But instead of going directly to the alim and saying, Sayyidina, Sheikhuna, can you explain to us how you have come? Has there been a philosophical understanding that we have not known about? Is this a new tafsir that we didn't know about? Did you arrive at a new conclusion that is new for the community? Can you explain it to us? What we do is, we talk amongst ourselves and we give the alim a bad name and bring his name into disrepute. He must be wrong. And what happens is, in the baraza, we talk about it. Worse still, what we do is we add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of masala, and eventually what he said becomes kitchra. Yeah? He actually said something, one thing, 5 minutes later it becomes something completely different. Yeah? Completely different. Now this becomes a problem. And in fact, this problem was there at the time of Rasulullah. You know what? Have a look at the Quran. Take this note down. Look tonight when you go home in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 41. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the same way today we have particular people that come to a majlis only to listen to the speaker in order to critique him at the end of it. There were people who used to come to listen to Rasulullah. At the end of it, all they wanted to do was critique him. You know what Quran says? Samma'una lil-kadab. There are some people who come just to listen and make a lie of what you are going to say. Samma'una liqawmin akhirin. There are some people who come to your majlis, Ya Rasul, just to listen to what you have to say in order they may change it and tell it to a community that's not present. Wallah, we have that today. You know how? Social media. A community that's not present. I dislike what the speaker says, so what happens is I put it on Facebook and I create a video about him. Or I have seen, wallah, with my own eyes, speakers, people have created cartoons of our ulama. They have created cartoons of our speakers and put it up on social networking sites. Is this not a manifestation of the verse in the 21st century? Samma'una liqawmin akhirin. They have created a lie, they listen to the majlis just to spread the lie to those people that weren't present, to the latter people, the people that are yet to come. We have this problem within our community. I thought social media network was supposed to be for good causes, not for bad causes. What's worse is, in our community, we perpetuate these problems. Speaker says something, I hear that something happened, I go and tell my friend, did you hear what Jaffer Ladak said? Did you hear what was said about him? I heard that this happened to him, I heard that this happened to him. And I'm only using me as an example because I don't want to give any other name. We have this problem within our community. Is this befitting of the majlis of Ahlul Bayt? Is this befitting of beholding the coming of the awaited Savior? Is this really conducive to bringing him? We have this in our community. What's worse is it is something which is a disease in the youth itself. The youth themselves perpetuate this. They themselves allow for this to take place within our communities. We find something we dislike, a video is created, a blog is written about the alim, and we perpetuate these emails that go around the world. Did you hear Sheikh said this? Did you hear Sayyidina said this? For myself, but the alim themselves sometimes are the problem for this particular issue. I have seen with my own eyes, sometimes a speaker says something, another alim disagrees with it, without even having checked with that individual firsthand the context. The next night the alim is on the pulpit speaking about that individual. I have seen it with my own eyes. I thought these are supposed to be the ulama of our community. But what's worse is we perpetuate it. The video comes out, we know that the speaker hasn't checked with the first speaker what's been said, we make the video go viral on YouTube. How is this possible? How is it that we as a community have allowed ourselves to arrive at this destination? Where even the ulama don't speak about the problems that they have with each other, the differences of opinion that they have with each other. Look at the akhlaq that is being shown between two people. That is where we want our youth to raise themselves to the point. If you didn't understand majlis, don't go out there and say it. Come to the alim and ask him. This is how the pulpit needs to grow. It may be so fundamental, but I promise you, around the world, it is destroying speakers. It is destroying communities. Communities are becoming split by these issues because innately, internally, we haven't got the necessary ethic to come and dialogue with the individuals that we disagree with. That should be so primary. And if we as the ulama and we as the adults of the community can't do it, how are we going to expect the youth of our community to go and do it? It may be so obvious, but we may need to just mention this over and over again to remind ourselves.